My name is Nikki. I teach on the Construction and Built Environment higher education courses, and I teach within engineering as well. My professional background is a long love story with buildings. I started practicing architecture, studied architecture in Cape Town, practiced for about 17, 18 years. I then moved into quality management, where I worked for possibly one of the biggest privately owned construction companies in South Africa. Then kind of moved out of industry, so to speak, and moved more into teaching and delivery, and which brought me to Guildford College. When I was deciding what I wanted to study, teaching was on my list of things to study. However, at the time it wasn't really a feasible option, and as a very idealistic 16, 17, 18-year-old, I wanted to change the world and make it a better place, and the philanthropist in me wanted to study architecture so that I could build and make the world physically a better place. So for us as teachers to keep up to date with what is going on in the industry puts us into a position where we have to be a dual professional, which really does involve our own kind of professional training, CPD courses, webinars, all sorts of different things, so that we stay up to date, so that we are then able to deliver that in turn. A building will always be a building, bricks will always be bricks, so there are certain fundamental things through the life cycle of a building that won't change, but technologies do grow and develop, and especially in the light of climate change, the construction industry being one of the world's biggest contributors to climate change, the construction industry has to change. So staying up to date in terms of that technology and that information, so that we're able to deliver it, is interesting. So within the higher education course, we are writing sustainability topics specifically into the curriculum. One of the units that's currently being delivered is alternative energy, which is really all about renewables. Within another one of the units, which is principles of refurbishment, also because between 40 to 45% of the building industry is made up of refurbishment projects, and because over 80% of the current housing stock in the UK that is going to exist in 2050 is already in existence, there's a huge refurbishment process that has to happen to be able to meet the UK's targets in terms of net zero. That principles of refurbishment is massively important in terms of understanding how you can take an existing piece of structure within its confines and its specific characteristics and update that so that it is holistically sustainable. So for me, I look forward to coming to college. I really do enjoy teaching my construction students and my engineering students. I find that I learn a lot from them as well, especially in the construction courses, the higher education courses, because it is adult students who come out of industry. They are working with stuff every single day. So we often have a lot of really good discussion in class about various different things. At the moment we're busy doing Unit 5, which is basically construction law, and because the construction industry is changing so fast at the moment, with the 2022 regulations that have just come out, there is day-to-day applications that, for example, one of my students who is working within architecture, she literally knows the regulations already inside out. whereas different students come with a construction perspective, a site perspective to that. So we are able to facilitate in class having those really good, informative, analytical discussions. One of the benefits of the programs at Guildford is being taught by experienced professionals that come out of industry. So we come with minimum of 25 years actual cold hard construction experience in terms of walking on site, smelling lots of concrete dust, and actually having a love and a passion for the industry, but also for teaching and literally being able to continue the legacy of having a really, really, really amazing built environment that is going to last and that's not going to damage the planet any further.